Hi, my name is Nicholas Quinn and this is my presentation for DNB 110 Industrial Design Studio 1, User-Centered Design. So the first step was selecting the product to be focused on for this assignment. After much research on products around the house and also online, I chose an underwater camera as my product to focus on. The research on products around the house as well as other online products can be found in the first half of the DDR. After choosing the underwater camera to focus on, I used two existing examples that I had laying around the house to test their physical and cognitive usability. Clear analysis can be found for these cameras being an underwater camera and also a GoPro in the DDR. I then progressed on to test the user interface for each camera on 3 of my roommates and recorded their experience and observations. After progressing along with the 3 different concepts, the shown design was selected to progress through to the end of the unit. As noted, this was the design that was selected in week 11 for the design freeze. I also created a foam model to get a better feel for the layout of the camera. The physical layout was also refined and finalized as shown. There are a range of buttons which can be seen, which make up the physical usability of the device. These controls used universally recognized camera symbols to help a user understand how to use the camera first time using it. The cognitive interface was then developed to run hand in hand with the physical interface, and as can be seen, there is a specific storyboard structure explaining what specific functions happen when the buttons are pressed. This is gone into detail in the DDR. One thing to note is when the camera is switched off, a message saying goodbye pops up on the screen. This is an example of emotionally engaging the user, which was one of the topics discussed by Rowan in the week 13 lecture. The physical usability and cognitive usability were then tested on my 3 roommates, again to gain an understanding of how everyday users understood the user interface. And there were very positive results. The chosen camera was the favorite of the 3. The user testing can be found in detail in the DDR. I then tested the camera wearing gloves to simulate a diver wearing diving gloves as a topic of discussion and research, and determined a slight flaw in the design, being the support bar being in the way of the fingers. This was resolved going into the final design refinement phase. Final design model and sketches show an elegant camera with controls on the rear. There are also 2 joysticks for stabilizing the camera, as well as taking photos and videos. Each joystick does a separate function. The aesthetic of the camera is a bright aesthetic for underwater use, and it is designed to fly through the water with the use of the 2 stabilization panels. The model reflects the intended aesthetic as can be seen. The design brief, which can be found in the DDR, explained what the camera must do, should do, and must not do, as a form of primary and secondary functions. Please refer to the DDR for an in-depth understanding of these, to keep my presentation short. Thank you for listening.